Are you a trainer and trying to figure out how to get your clients to listen to you? Watch this.
Our next caller is Manq from Canada.
Manq, how can we help you?
Hi. Okay, I'm super excited to be here, but basically I'll just get right into it. So basically I just started a new job at my uni as a personal trainer, and like my clients have mainly just been like faculty members and students. So I've noticed most of them kind of have like come with like extremely like stiff hips, like rounded shoulders, and often are just unable to do like really basic things like squat super parallel like comfortably or like lift their arms up overhead without any compensation. So as a result of that, I've just kind of been doing a little more, like trying to incorporate a little more mobility work in the sessions that we have. So that's often like 10 to 15 minutes at the very beginning, like of our sessions, like twice a week. However, I've just kind of started to notice that most people just aren't as like excited about like mobility as like all the other stuff, and they're often chasing this more like, you know, like the cool stuff or the pumpy birdie sensations, which like, you know, are good, but that's like not really what I really want to be working on with them right now. So my kind of question is like, is there like a best way to implement mobility in a client's workouts? Just like, for example, like when, like, do I do it before a session, like in between breaks, how often? And are there like just any ways to make them feel more engaged and excited about mobility in general?
I really like this question because for most of my career, I trained trainers, and one of the hardest things for them to do was to balance this, what the client needs and what the client wants, right? Because there is a part of your job, you're service-based, right? So they're paying for a service from you, and many times they think they know what's best for them, and they're going to tell you what they want, and then you know as a coach and a trainer what's best. And so there is this little dance that you have to do. Now, as you get more and more experienced, I think you get better at communicating what they need to do and better at convincing them to basically follow what you say. But when you're kind of just getting started, this is a major hurdle. And so I understand a little bit of challenge. Do you have any of our programs right now? Do you have MAPS Performance?
I don't actually know.
Okay. So like MAPS Performance to me would be a must for you. I think having Prime Pro would be a must, because there's ways that you can build some of these movements that you know that they need into their routine without making like the whole day like a mobility day where they're doing more like corrective type of work and they feel bored. So I would pull from our MAPS Prime Pro program, and then I would also utilize the techniques that we have in our MAPS Performance program. But this is a super common challenge that new trainers have, and part of that is you getting better at communicating to them what they need.
That's everything. Look, I'll tell you what, Manq, you are talking about the most important skill that a coach or trainer will have is getting the person to understand, to trust you. Okay. That's the most important thing. Cause you know, Adam said, you know, balancing what the client wants versus what they need. They don't know what they want. That's just the truth. They think they know what they want, but they don't know what they want because they're unconsciously incompetent when it comes to fitness. That's why they're hiring you. So your confidence and your excitement is what they're going to read. Now, if you're not confident, I've seen trainers do this. Like, well, okay, but I think we should do this. Like, of course, the client's not going to listen to you. I didn't have this problem. Probably a year into my training. Now, the first year I did because my confidence wasn't super great when clients would say, I just want to do this and I just want to do that. And I thought, okay, well, they're paying me. I should do what they say. Later on, I became much more confident and they just followed. And that's the goal. That's where you want to be. You want to get to the point where you're confident. You explain what's going to happen. Here's why we're going to do it this way. Oh, you just want to feel a burn in your arms? Well, you don't need to hire me then. Go get a soup can, go lift your arm up 50 times by yourself, and you can save some money. Oh, wait, you want to get in shape? Then do what I tell you. Listen, trust me this one time, and I'll never have to ask for your trust again. That's the kind of confidence that you need to display as a trainer. And believe me, these people want that. They want to hire a trainer and the trainer to say, listen to me, I know what I'm talking about, follow me and I'll get you there. And the person's gonna be like, you know what, I'm letting go because I totally want that. I have no idea what's going on. I've tried doing this before and it just doesn't work. So work on your confidence and your excitement because that's what they feed off of. They'll feed off of that. I've gotten people to get excited about things that you wouldn't think people will get excited about because I'm excited about it. Like get 90-90 on the ground. Like most people will be like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to run in circles and do jumping jacks and burpees. No. They would feed off of my excitement and I would make it intense, and I would communicate what's happening to their body, and I would point things out to them that they may not normally identify. Like, did you see that we got your ankle to move up 5 more inches? How does your back feel? This is what's going to work for your body. This is why these communication skills are by far the most important thing that you can have as a good coach or trainer, because they have to follow you as their guide. That's ultimately what's going to dictate their success.
How long have you been listening to this show for, man, Q?
I think like 2.5 years now. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
2.5 years you've been fucking listening to us talk, and you haven't bought Maps Performance or Maps Prime Pro or Maps Prime yet, and you're a trainer?
She's a college
No,
student.
I know.
Don't give me that. It's fucking less than a
2
gas a
months ago.
tank, bro. Come on, don't give me that excuse.
Yeah.
That's okay. Shame on you. Shame on you. Seriously, like this, you trainers are the ones I get most frustrated with, that haven't made the investment in yourself to learn this stuff. If you look at the way our programs are written, they're written for coaches and trainers to learn. So it's not just to help people out with this stuff. If you go through it, you will get the resources and the tools. Now, look, you're talking to us right now, so we're going to hook you up for free, but shame on you. 2.5 years of listening to this podcast.
Almost for free. You just have to get shamed a little bit.
Yeah, no, I am gonna fucking shame you right now, because it's like, this is your question you have is a very good question. It's very valid, but
it's very common.
It's very common. But the fact that you haven't taken a step to invest in any, or how about this? Watch our free webinars that we have. We have a free webinar.
I have done that.
Okay, you've at least done that. Okay, thank God.
Right.
Thank God you've done that.
Less shame. Less shame. Still shame,
But
but less.
God damn it! I mean, use the resources that we're providing you guys to implement it in with your clients. So
I'm convinced this is the most value trainers even provide. I mean,
Totally.
like Sal said, like you could just rip something off the internet to make you sweat and burn. That's the easiest part of our job. What they need to be convinced of is that you have their back. Whenever, like you're considering all their joints function, you're considering pain in the future, you're drawing up this elaborate plan to get them success long-term, not just short-term success. So, it really just amounts to the amount of communication back and forth with your client, constantly educating them as the why you're doing everything, why this is setting you up for the next phase, where you're going to take them from there. So I'm always communicating with them and painting a picture and a vision of where I'm driving the ship. So, this is just part of that. It's just a piece in the formula of success for this client. So they need to do it.
Yeah.
And the mundane is what's the hardest for them to do. And that's why you hired me.
Yeah, Mancu, think of it this way, okay? Imagine if you're about to go through a dense jungle. You've never been through it before, and you hire a guide, and you tell the guide, I want to go that way because I think that's the fastest. And they go, you're crazy. You're going to die, and alligators going to eat you. Follow me. I've been through this jungle a million times. I know where I'm going. What are you going to do? You're going to be like, you know what? This person, they're really confident. I'm going to follow this guide because they know what they're doing. Now, what if the guide said, well, I mean, we can go that way, I guess, or we can go, and you're going to be like, okay, well, I'll tell you what to do then. And then you're because I'm in charge now. It doesn't work that way. You're the trainer. Your confidence in how you communicate is everything. So they come to you and they say what they want to do, and you're going to say to them, okay, cool. I know that's what you want to do. We're going to do it this way because I'm going to get you there better, faster, and more permanent. Are you ready for this? And the person's going to be like, oh my God, I'm so happy I hired a trainer that knows what they're doing. Yes, tell me what to do. That's what people want. But if you don't have that confidence, you're going to get run over. And then you're going to get a bunch of just order. You're just going to be an order taker, in which case you don't need to be a trainer to do that.
And circling back to something that you said, Sal, that I think is really important, and I'm going to give you a real generic, easy thing you can do, because you made a comment about clients, which are very common, that can't do basic movements like squat all the way down to 90 degrees. You take a client, one of these clients that can't squat all the way down 90 degrees, you do a couple 4 to 5 sets of some really intense, good 90-90s, and then some combat stretch, and show them.
Oh yeah.
You can change the way they move in fucking 5 minutes. Yeah. If you take a person and video it if you need to, or take a picture of what they look like.
They're sold.
And then go, watch what I'm going to do to you right now. And then spend 5 minutes doing 90-90s intensely, and then 5 minutes doing combat stretch. Then take them right back to that bodyweight squat and video them and show them, look at how you were just moving before and after. This is one time I'm spending with you doing this. Imagine what happens when we start to build a routine around this. So you got to use those tools like that to convince them to have trust and faith and that you know where you're going. And then to Sal's point again, that it really does stem from your confidence and your ability to help them like that. And part of that comes with you also learning and educating yourself and, of course, going through the programs that I told you. So get your ass through those.
Man, Q, we're going to send you those 2 programs just because you took that beating from Adam. So thank you so much for calling in. Okay.
Okay. I just, before we end, I know I'm totally shame on me for not getting any of the programs, but I just want to say, I've been listening to you guys for 2 years, and it's just really just transformed the way that I kind of think about health and fitness, and how I how I've just kind of started reprioritizing its function in my life. And that's just that's what I kind of want to do for other people as well. I know I totally should have gotten the programs the second I started listening, but
no, listen, we get passionate when we talk to coaches and trainers because those are our favorite people.
We want you guys to succeed.
Yeah. And don't forget, there's 3 hosts here. You don't have to like all of us. Most people don't like Adam. But you can definitely like me and Justin.
It comes from a place
of tough love.
It comes from a place of love. Yeah. You are on the front line, and it does mean a lot to us. You guys are really the ones that we know if we help you, you have the potential to go help hundreds. So
in real ways.
That's right. So, it's cool for us to help some people out there that, buy our programs, stuff like that. But the trainers and coaches, man, if I can make an impact on you, I can 10x
that's
the amount of people
there.
we can help. So
Totally.
it does come from that place. I promise.
Yeah, we appreciate your support, man. Q. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Doug, I didn't make her cry. Did she cry? Oh, okay. I thought she was.
You were trying to, though, weren't you?
No, I get so frustrated with coaches and trainers that.
Of course, listen, man. I wish I had these tools when I first became a trainer. I really do. They didn't exist. You had to kind of figure this out yourself or find a good mentor. Yeah. So we put the stuff out there. You know what we think about? This is just for the audience. Whenever we put out a program, the first people we think about are the trainers. That's true. Now, we know we're writing it for the general population, but we think of coaches and trainers because that's our integrity. That's what we are. But this struggle, I remember having this struggle. And there were some clients that were harder than others to get to trust you. I remember specifically one guy, he was the biggest pain in the ass of all time. I hope he's listening. He knows who he is. I ended up training him for a while. But initially, he was the biggest pain in the ass, and he would argue with me with every workout. But I just want to do this. But Sal, finally, I'll never forget, he told me one day, and he goes, literally calls me on his way to our session as he's late. He's 10 minutes late. And he says, listen, Sal, just this one time, I'm paying you, just kick my ass. That's what I'm asking for. Just give me one session like that. I said, okay. And he showed up, and I made him throw up. And I said, here's your workout. And 15 minutes later, he's out puking. And that was our session. I said, do you think that was valuable? Do you think you're going to get great results from that? And he's like, no, man, I think you're right. And I said, yeah, bro, you just wasted that session. Next time we're going to do this the right way. But it's really tough. I get that. But if you're confident, most people, when they hire a coach, they just want to trust them. They just want to be like, all right,
well,
you know
here's
what you're
the
doing.
thing. We've put so much work in trying to catapult these trainers. So really they're going to bypass decades of trial and error with their clients. It's all there. And I think that's where the frustration is, because, if I had access to a way to look at it with, a fresh trainer mind where I'm like, oh, wow, I should be applying these concepts right now. That's the thing. Because if I'm not, then I'm just going to keep doing the same things over and over again. I'm going to let the client dictate, what the session's going to entail. And the thing is, you do have to get educated. You do have to go through that, but you don't have to keep stumbling your way to get there. The content is there and it's valuable.
That's exactly right. And it's not the buying the program that's going to make her the good coach. It's her taking the tools that are within the program and applying it to person after person. And then she would have figured that out herself, what we just suggested, right? So we talked about the 99 in combat stretch and then being able to impact someone's squat. But just buying the program doesn't give you that. Taking the program and then actually applying it to your clientele and then starting to see these patterns like, oh shit, anytime I do this mobility movement with someone, I noticed their overhead
Yep.
press is amazing.
Yep.
Oh, anytime I do this combat stretch, all of a sudden they get 6 more inches in their squat depth. Like, oh my goodness, like you have to first go out, seek the information, the knowledge, and then you have to put it into practice. That's where the confidence comes from.
Yes.
So like it's real easy for us to sit over here in our chairs and be like, be more confident. But it's like being more confident means you have to get out there and apply some of these things that you're learning. It starts with making the investment in yourself and learning.
That's
right?
part of it.
That's the part where I was ranting about. Once you get that, then you go take that knowledge, go apply it to people, and then this shit starts to unfold for you.
Yeah, but you know how many times I've seen trainers do the stuff that they know they're supposed to do, but the trainer seems bored? Of course the client's going to be bored.
Mhm.
You know, it's like a lot of trainers, look, I love training people heavy and deadlifting, and that was fun for me, but I made sure to dial up the fun act when I would do shit that I know that it for them is boring. Because they feed off that. If I'm bored with it and I'm not confident with it, and I'm like, yeah, we got to do this. I know it's been on mobility. It sucks. Like they're going to think it sucks too. So that's a big part too.